Continental Bridge. Driving your way from Providence to Arkham, Massachusetts isn't too troublesome. The journey stretches around 143 miles, mostly mountain roads, where the wet breeze brushes your face should you dare to roll the window down. Maybe a trip now and then isn't too bad, you think. The road to Arkham isn't devoid of charm. Old villages, nestled between bends, winding paths cut through the trees, and patches upon patches of cornfields and orchards breathe life into the fading seasons. The trees on both sides have begun their quiet transformation, gold and crimson seeping across the branches, spelling out a far more vibrant autumn than you remembered. As the sun begins to kiss the horizon, you find yourself following the map onto a narrow, unpaved road. Before long, clouds gather overhead, and the windshield starts to echo with the steady patter of rain. You press gently on the pedal, but no matter how far you go, there's no sign of the village of Dunwich. You navigate your way with the help of a map, but the village of Dunwich remains elusive as night settles in. The only companions on your drive are the silhouettes of trees swaying outside the window. Just as you're about to give up and turn back, a bridge reveals itself through the mist, arched along the mountain hill ahead. Traffic cylinders stand firmly before it, clearly placed to prevent vehicles from passing any further. A giant signboard which reads, "Welcome to Dunwich." Ooh, retry. Oh, you did worse. There we go. Something's coming. Stealth. Ooh, good job. One of the few times I feel like that actually comes into play. A swarm of fat, glistening rats scatter across the road. Rats this huge? Here? And some material. Nice. Past bridge. There are footprints on the bridge. A few of the planks have been replaced recently, their wood still bearing the pale sheen of a clean cut. Despite its age, the bridge shows no sign of decay. You begin crossing. A white haze creeps towards you from both sides. It slowly devours your field of view until you can only see half a step ahead. You attempt to turn back, but there's no trace of where you came from. You press forward. It's a long walk, so long the haze no longer lifts. Instead, it fades into a deeper, suffocating darkness. And just as quietly, the darkness peels away, revealing stone walls and flickering torches. You are inside a dilapidated castle. We've turned home. Head to Mother's bedroom. You step into the bedroom. Half of it has caved in, now buried beneath rubble and spiderwebs. It feels more like a grave. You're good at the sanity checks, but you're not good at everything else. Observe. Everything you can see is buried under rubble and gravel. Your search stretches on until your fingers brush against something smoother, a photo. It's a family photo showing around a dozen people. At the center stands a silver-haired elder. Beside him, a young couple holds a child with soft blue hair. The woman's face looks pale and unwell. Behind her, a man in a wide-brimmed black hat keeps his face hidden in the shadow. You realize you had never seen this girl before. Before you could take a better look at it, the photo crumbles into dust. I can't interact with the drawer, huh? A collapsed pillar seems to have landed right on the table in the hall. The weathering here is unimaginable. It would take a few decades for anything to be reduced to such state. jump. No interactable item. Do I have... I have enough. Hell yes. Sneaking past those rats worked. Use item. Wood plank. You build an improvised bridge using the plank. Nice. Hide. Ooh, one. Go. A fissure splits the portrait open, revealing the tunnel behind. However, the rubble are keeping you from advancing. Damn. What the fuck is that? A peculiar statue stands here, silent and opposing. You lean for a closer look. Its limbs are too proportionate, too human. You blink. Its posture hasn't changed, but something feels off. The longer you stare, the more aware it seems. You feel a pull, a faint pressure in your chest, as if something is slowly being drawn out from within. Oh, I lost some sanity. Ugh. The hell are you? Greedy. A monster born from the invasion of negative subconscious after the collapse of a greedy and indulgent mind. Metamorphosis. What should not exist in reality with vitality beyond the limits of humanity. Immune to poison, fracture, and bleeding. Time to use the shotgun. Why is the... I think... No, it's just not good at guns. BAM! Damn, that fractured. Try it again. You shot yourself with that gun. Ooh, he survived. Bam! Healed the fracture though. Ghoul lifeform. Occultism 20, intelligence drop. Weapons cannot be equipped. Unarmed damage becomes 4 to 9 attack becomes 4 to 9. Attacks consecutively 3 times per turn and has a chance to apply bleeding and expose weakness on target. Interesting. Shield of Flesh. Eldritch Gaze. Pierce your victim's soul with vision of their inevitable doom, driving them into a state of sheer panic. Target gains a penalty die in all checks and has negative 30 willpower and dexterity for the battle. If at least one enemy is already under the effect of Evil Eye when you cast it, instead deals... We'll just unarmed attack. If only that first one hit. Stop missing your attacks, man. Thank you. But you still miss. Ugh. You are not a combat character. There we go. Defeat greedy. Whoa. Just did it. Oh my. There's a hollow on the floor and the spider web on top was keeping you from noticing it. Do I go down there? No, I can't do anything with it. Okay. So I think there's something over here that I missed. Right? You eventually discover a dust-covered stone on the decrepit shelf. It begins to glow in the dark as your fingers wipe off the dust. Equip. Consume 1 charge to restore 3 HP in exploration and at the start of every turn in battle. Huh? Didn't expect this place to have books and still intact too. Then a creaking sound. You look up just in time to see something dislodging from the ceiling. I feel like I need this. You leap back just as the crystal falls. It hits the floor with a sharp crack and explodes in a flash of light and heat. Another stone. I think I can equip that as well. Yep, I have an empty slot. Ooh, bonus speed. Oh, I can only equip 1? Can I interact with the chair? No. Read note left. Date. Ronald has failed. I had to lock him up. What was that Yignai he kept carving into his body? I must find out. Ronald, your effort will not be in vain. It seems the word doesn't belong to any known language. Smart as he was, he wouldn't leave an ambiguous message. I need to research through more records. I think I found it. Consciousness? No, more precisely, my spirit. No. What is it? The paragraph breaks off into erratic symbols. Whoever wrote this must have been on the brink of madness. I knew it. It was her from the beginning. I can't think of anything but her. She has seized me. I need to forget all these right now. No, I have to write it down first. Long strokes left by a fountain pen cut across the page. It looks like the pen snapped. What follows is scratched in desperation. Mind. What is this? Why is there a key inside me? History's crevice. You arrive in a world you've never seen. To your left is a cosmos encrusted with stars, glowing with ceaseless incandescence. There you glimpse your past, flickering as a phantom wrapped in haze. To your right is a starless night, locked in eternal war. Harmony clashes with chaos for dominion over all things. A scene beyond words, beyond comprehension. You witness light more blinding than the sun, followed by the frost of winter falling upon mankind. As if seated in the audience of a cosmic farce, you hear laughter, smirking, mocking from every direction. Then the universe is infested with abominations. They twist logic into a shrieking mirror. The world burns beneath a tide of flesh not meant to be. And in time, all things, earth, stars, sky, are consumed in flame. And finally, darkness. Make a choice. To your left is the past, where constellations dance in radiant silence. To your right is the future, where darkness rules eternally. I might reload. We'll go to the past. Because I should grab that book. The moment you step into the past, a woman sheds her form at history's crevice. She watches silently as you disappear from sight. Then she closes her eyes, her body dissolving thread by thread into the surrounding void. Family Castle, 10 years ago. Yeah, okay, hold on. Where's that autosave? I want to grab that tome. Grab that. Grab that. Equip you. Skip. Dexterity check. Oh, just failed. Okay, read tome right. The letters spiral and twist, a language you don't recognize, yet your mind begins to pull meaning from the margins, as if something inside you already knows. Nor is it to be thought that man is either the oldest or the last of the earth's masters, or that the common bulk of life and substance walks alone. The old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be. Not in the spaces we know, but between them. They walk serene and primal, undimensioned and to us unseen. Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. Magic. The writing still holds magic in it. Location, Solano. Time, unknown. Oh, that was an ending. One with the stars. Interesting. Didn't expect that. The magic circle reawakened, set alight by what still lingers in the ancient tome. The floor quaked beneath you as arcane light engulfed your body. In the blink of an eye, the mansion was no longer grounded, but adrift among the distant stars of Solano. Your body, unprepared for the vacuum of space, clawed in vain against the silence. Oxygen fled your veins, your lungs strained to contain the void. Every liquid in you began to boil, to vaporize. And that was only the first 15 seconds. Your consciousness flickered, then faded, leaving behind a husk adrift. In this rare, cruel twist of immortality, your flesh now drifts with the stars. A fossilized echo of curiosity's cost for millions of years to come. Load. Alright, we'll just go where we left off. Nothing special about doing the multiple endings in this one, huh? Mother's room. We're 10 years in the past now. Where's Mother? All the stuff I grabbed is still gone. What does this take? The boy in the photo. Is he me? Inside the drawer lies a pendant, etched with cryptic inscriptions. The moment you touch it, something stirs and memories begin to pour into your mind like an unstoppable tide. You hover above the scene, a boy resting in bed, an elder speaking to the ancient couple standing nearby. The strange has chosen Anan as the host from the very beginning. Its assimilation is only a matter of time. Is there really nothing we can do? The process cannot be stopped, but it can be diverted. The elder lowers his gaze deep in thought. I can redirect it onto the two of you with my spell. Then let me carry it alone, Grace, you must take care of yourself. Your condition has always required caution. The man places a hand on the woman's shoulder, gently pulling her into an embrace. No need to worry about me. Anan needs it more than I do. The spell ignites, filling the room with radiant light. At the very least, I hope Anan will never have to know any of this. And with that, the memory dissolves. So this is what it was. They did all this because of me. Self-reflect. Now it all becomes clear why your grandfather forbade you from ever leaving the castle. Why your father spent waking hours sealed in a secret chamber. Why your uncles and aunts fell one by one into unending slumber. Why your mother's health declined no matter how desperately they fought to save her. It was all because of you. The truth lands like a weight on your chest, suffocating. And in its wake comes a frenzy, wholly consuming. Why did I survive while they didn't? Oof. Well, only 3, that's not bad. Another voice. You are the scourge of our family, a voice rings out in your mind. Don't you think you can make yourself a human just by taking control over my body? You dare talk to me about pain, about suffering? Stop playing my role like you own my name, the Strange. I should probably reload and go explore the rest of the castle. The unholiness inside you bursts free, swelling, writhing until it takes physical form before your eyes. Upon its warped frame glints a silver key. Thank goodness you're outside of me now. You caused the tragedy, the strange, not me. I caused the tragedy. Make a choice. Its hoarse cry tears through the silence. Its scream steeped in madness, agony, and regret. Though it has separated from your body, the connection between you burns just as fiercely. It pleads for redemption. Accept it. Given flesh by your inner suffering, the strange detaches from its host. Before you can unleash your wrath upon it, you realize this is not an illness to be purged, but a stricken counterpart, a part of yourself in dire need of a cure. Look. I've seen the truth many times through the fissure. Can I don't think I can reload those. I've seen the trains through the times of fissure. This life I lived was never meant to be mine. Still, I chose to live as a human rather than an alien life form. I kept running from the truth, blaming everything on you. There's hope. Grandfather said the same thing, that I was their last hope. And a hope that brings despair. How ironic. Hold on, alright, reload. I should probably do some exploring. This is taking way longer than I was expecting it to. A swarm of black humanoid monsters are rushing upstairs, their faces twitching like an insect's appendages. Blue, oily tears trickle down from their eyes. Even from this distance, you can realize how deadly their claws are. Ow. Oh, I'm stuck with this ghoulish form, huh? Critical hit! Mocker of Fate. Defeat the Rippers without using the Crystal of the Elder Things. Where do I get the Crystal of Elder Things? So what's inside here? You push the door open. You push open the door to the secret chamber. The same damp, still air greets you like an old ghost. Who can represent this? That's the same. Box is open. It's empty. Nothing. Guess there's another chance to grab the gun. There's like another mythic item that I miss that plays a very important. You hear something whistle. Something whistles in the air. That's a reroll. The unexplainable sound staggers your flow of thoughts. You find you can no longer control your limbs and watch as you walk yourself to the mirror. Failing all the sanity checks. Greetings! Oh, you killed it with a failure. Nice. Can't interact with any of that. You open the door to the study. Your grandfather sits calmly in the chair, watching you with a sincere, relieved smile. But before you can greet him, his form begins to fade. A lump rises in your throat. Grandfather. Ah. I can't equip anything. Because of this ghoul. That's fine. Okay, before we open that box, now we'll go back and do what? Okay, fine. I guess we'll go back here. Don't have to do the fight anymore. Backtrack. I'll go talk with myself. I'll skip all this. Pass the sanity check. Nice. Skip all of that. I will accept you. And boom. Alright. There has never been an Anan in this timeline, only the strange, in the shape of a man. Yet despite your otherworldly origin, you have found comfort in your human identity. You have been hunted by cries within, madness, agony, lamentation, and still, you chose acceptance. You are not a cure, nor a curse. You are what remains, and now you walk toward the hope your grandfather once spoke of. I might split this part into two. This is taking way longer than I was expecting it to. Alright, we saw that. Grandfather's gone. I shall take you. I can't equip you. What's in the chest? Oh. Inside lies a girl, so delicate that her porcelain-like face makes your heart skip a beat. But it's not just her beauty that unnerves you. It's the impulse of nostalgia, of kinship, a longing to be whole again. Then stirred by the noise, the girl sits up. She's naked. You try to speak, to ask who she is, what this means, but your lips won't move. Something has sealed your voice. Her eyes meet yours. Twin silver Silver crosses flicker in her gaze. You feel it, a connection, sudden and immutable. And then her voice enters your mind, not spoken but etched directly into your thoughts. Starkey, I can sense your bewilderment. Come closer, let me show you the truth. The whole cosmos dances in her eyes. You're irresistibly drawn to her. Before you know it, her hand rests gently on your forehead, and with that touch, a torrent of information floods your mind. Time, 10 years ago, before the catastrophe, in the study. The strange infection is unlike any assimilation. I've tried every spell, every medicine I could find on Ronald, but still nothing worked. It was like asking a peeled egg to remain whole beneath a cascade, or asking a naked man to withstand the tide and storm at sea. Ancestors, you warned us that self-sacrifice is the fate of us keepers. It is our destiny, a price we must pay for revealing the truth. Now here I plead. Lord of the Gate, the guardian of the abyss, Lord of dimensions, riddle knower, guardian of the secrets, the oldest, all in one, the one by life prolonged. Umer Atwal, Yog-Sothoth, Naththkin, your servant calls upon you. No reply. What remains now is our final resort. The contagion must not leave this castle. The anchor to Solano should already be in place. And if the stars align as they must, we have a 70% rate of success. To gaze upon the stars and meet our end in their embrace. What an ironic demise. As soon as the circle activates, the mana floating in the air begins to drain. A distortion ripples through space. A stone gate manifests at the center of the study, displaying an unreal world beyond it. Then a voice, ethereal and female, speaks from within the gate. There is still a sliver of hope. But would you pay the price due? Gladly. Take whatever you need from me. George Howard is bathed in silver light. A calmness spreads across his mind, one he has never known. As knowledge floods his thoughts, his expression darkens. So this is the truth of history. Very well. I shall do as you wish. Grandfather! The child bursts into the study and is frozen in the moment like a phantom caught in twilight, or caught in light. As I said when you did that earlier, time hesitates, then regains momentum. The same people, the same farewell. Played again like the echo of a curse. You try to resist, but your grandfather's spell washes over you, and you leave the room like an empty shell, mind scrubbed clean. Now it's my turn to pay. George Howard braces for fate, then the voice calls again. Do you have any last wish? If there's a miracle, I want to see him grown up. Silence, then. You will have only 1 second. That would be enough. That explains why he disappeared the second you walk in. Time crystallizes, and your mind is swept away in a torrent that crashes over the shores of memory. What should be 1 second lasts an eternity. Starkey, Listen to me. My mirrored self, a Forgomon, is attempting to assimilate the entire universe. Our consciousness has bent, and I was exiled to this world. My power is now constrained. To preserve my mind from unraveling, you were separated from me. Starkey, you must shatter this cage of time so that we may restore the cosmos to its origin. Only time can tell. When Yog-Sothoth sank into slumber at the singularity of the cosmos, her body fractured, dividing into two divinities. Ta-Will, that's something I'll look up. Ta-Will and Aforgomon. Aforgomon, the savage one, was ruthless and voracious enough to devour the cosmos itself. She is seizing control over Yog-Sothoth's body and the remnants of her consciousness. Ta-Will, by contrast, was driven to exile. To preserve herself, she too chose to sever her mind from her body. You, as the vessel of her mind, were granted the knowledge of the universe and the power to traverse time. Unbound by the chains of chronology, you alone are free to rewrite history. No pressure. Oops, no. It is high. I can't equip weapons because I'm a ghoul, apparently. Alright, here we go. I'm definitely breaking this into two halves. That wasn't here before. I'm gonna run by. Not. The hourglass has sealed the flow of time. I can't let the black sand spread any further. Once it's purged, this simulation will cease. Use key. The hourglass shatters. Black sand bursts out like smoke from a cracked tombstone. A colossal eye emerges from the cascading dust. Greetings! Ta-Will. How long you've fallen. To granting your power to a pitiful puppet. How utterly absurd. The name, Aforgomon, surfaces in your mind without resistance. She must have sensed the ruptured time circuit. As you fumble for a response, her voice curls through the air like a snake of static. I'm disappointed in you, Ta-Will. You were the origin. I was the end. Together we crafted time's current. But look at what you've become. You hoarded every scrap of knowledge you could grasp. And what did it bring you? You let it fracture your will and exiled yourself from us. So I made the only rational choice, to reset this dimension from scratch. But then I found something better, a gift from your dear humanity. I like this song. I had planned to consume you to complete myself, but now I see a new solution. Not quality, but quantity. Their minds may be dull, but together they make a splendid vessel. I don't need you anymore. And you, puppet, your greatest sin was to be born human. You'll see how brittle you really are. Once I reduce you to dust, Ta-Will is next. Starkey, as long as your inner stronghold remains, time will weave your body. No wound is final. Every defeat rekindles the forge that reshapes the world. What you face is but one of her phantoms. Aforgomon never fully leads her host. That's why she cannot bring down her true wrath upon you. Not here, not yet. 80 HP, manifest projection. The Aforgomon in front of you is just a partial projection of her body in the real world. Normal damage received is half. Great Old Ones. An existence that's beyond mortal beings, immune. The most powerful incarnation of Yog-Sothoth's will, in charge of the power to destroy space and time. Plans to collect all spirit and matter in the universe as fuel, seeking power beyond infinity. Truth, eternal, supreme, and undying. So is it possible for you to beat her without using that? Maybe. I think I want to beat her without future prediction. Put some luck into it. I might have to like replay this with a leveled up character. Ow. But I mean, this ghoul effect is working well because I'm hitting 3 times. More luck. Go for it. Oh my god, am I gonna do it? Oh, achievement! Admit it, I'm stronger than you now. Defeat a Forgamon without using future prediction. As the Forgamon's phantom fades, the entire world begins to tremble. A deafening, unintelligible voice crashes from above like divine fury. Though you cannot comprehend the words, the rage behind them sears your bones. A Forgamon has failed to return to this timeline. Now she seeks to erase it entirely. Star Key, hold fast. This moment is everything. From the earth under, droplets of water congregate before ascending into the grim sky. New clouds give way to the noon sun, which soon sinks beneath the horizon. Shooting stars, dragging their blazing tails behind, rise from the earth to return to the night's cradle above. Time itself unraveling. You suddenly find yourself adrift on a sunless sea. Around you, black mist coils and pulls you downward into a formless abyss. Distant stellar spheres glimmer like unreachable lighthouses, and in that instant, you begin to fall. Not through space, but with the stars themselves, sinking even deeper. Like a reversal of the Theseus paradox, you give back every piece of yourself to the void, tracing yourself backward to the source. Your flesh unravels, first into cells, then molecules, then into nameless particles that cease to be you. From that dissolution emerges a single silver key. It is the vessel of your mind, your final truth. It sinks ever deeper, returning to the place more familiar than even the world you once called home. Game's got good music too. Holy shit. As the borders of known existence, light and dark hold each other in eternal stalemate. Or so it was meant to be. But void, born from neither, consumes all in its path, restoring creation to primal chaos. The timeline, distorted beyond repair, has spiraled into the void. Each temporal convergence carves a wound. From each wound drops a shard, and the shards gathered into a pulsing black sphere. An immense will descends upon you. Darkness infiltrates your being. Oh, don't be rolling bad now, man. Oh my god. Okay, you just completely, utterly fail all of your rolls. The key shatters, darkness claims you. As your mind fades like a dying star, you hear Tawil's voice resound within. Star Key, do not fear what you are. Oh good, you're gonna make it easier for me to pass? How is that still a failure? Thanks for the help, Yog-Sothoth. I don't have the luck. Star Key, rootless power cannot rule a heart that is pure. I don't understand how rolling a double zero doesn't count. Oh my god, this game's just... Oh my god. '90's the highest I can go. Wow, this game's RNG is being obnoxious. The last ray of silver light descends before darkness reclaims you. You have become the sunless abyss. You fall deeper and deeper still. No end in sight, no sound, but the faint echo of your own breath. Until suddenly, a presence, it feels like her, yet not quite. A gate opens. A knell tolls. Your mind begins to fray. And then you see her. She gathers you into her hands. You are made whole again. And her eyes swirl all the constellations of memory. Her voice enters you. Yog-Sothoth, Star Key, do you blame me for creating you? I don't. Yes, I've suffered. This life has shown me how fragile humans truly are. How desire turns into chains. How family, friendship, and love can both nourish and imprison. But it was through suffering that I came to understand joy. And joy taught me what hope is. These memories, they are precious to me. They are worth protecting. Star Key, do you love this world? I do. I love the people of this world. Their joys, their sorrows, shared with one another. I think that's supposed to be a losing scenario. I don't know. I rolled a double zero. Oh, wait, no. Double zero is 100, though, isn't it? I think I had to roll like a 1. Never mind. That's why it failed. Their joys, their sorrows, shared with one another. Even a fleeting smile from a stranger fills me with warmth. They are the proof that I exist, that I belong. Star Key, do you carry regret? Yes, more than I can count. So many things I never dared to try. So many words I should have said, but didn't. And now it's too late. Only here in this emptiness have I realized what I've lost forever. Then, Star Key, do you wish to make the world anew? Even if it means you will cease to be? I want to change this world. I want to cut the threads of cruelty that binds fate in endless repetition. I will offer whatever it takes, even myself. Very well. Star Key, my awakening demands a sacrifice beyond greatness. Yet even in my omnipotence, I cannot extinguish my own existence. Thus, I choose you to face death in my stead. And in death lies the ultimate severance. You will be cut from your past. Exiled from this dimension, unwritten from memory, I am the rewinder of time, the corrector of wrongs. Say my name, my faithful, and your plea shall be answered. The oldest, all-in-one, the one by life prolonged, Umer at Tawil. That explains where the Tawil comes from. I really need to read Lovecraft's work. You awaken Tawil, the first spark of Yog-Sothoth's consciousness. She rises, and with her, Yog-Sothoth opens her eyes. Meanwhile, a Forgomon's will sinks into a sluggish, endless slumber. To prevent the spread of her own corrupted part, Yog-Sothoth seals it beneath the ultimate gate. The sunless sea calms once more, yet chaos, like entropy, remains eternal, unyielding, unstoppable. In the beginning, where time first learned to flow, white fog engulfs the surface of the sunless sea, and in that formless mist, the distorted timeline is restored. January 15th, 1905. Arkham. So she replaced me in a castle nestled deep within the mountains. The stone corridors echo with laughter. Today, the family celebrates the 8th birthday of its youngest. They are gathering for a photo, in which the man can't conceal his joy on his face. Standing next to him is his wife in a fine gown, healthy and inspired. Doesn't really look like he's smiling there. At the middle of the crowd is an elder who wears his usual Solomon expression, but with an extra touch of benevolence. And in his arms is the life of the party, an unruly girl with faint blue hair. Yog-Sothoth. The mother catches sight of her daughter tugging on the elder's beard and rushes forward to scold her. But the girl only giggles, turning innocent eyes toward her father. He grimaces in return. Flash. The camera captures the moment, freezing time and light. Ah, well, that explains that moment. In the library, Amy sorts books quietly. Oh, that's where that picture's from. See people posting it on Steam. And like always, she cannot find someone to talk to or even say hello to a stranger. As she moves around, a poster slips off the table. It's promotion for the opera show Tosca the school opera club has organized. A strange, bittersweet chord strikes in her heart. She feels full of words unsaid, but to whom and why? Tears slip down her cheek without reason. I'm crying, but why? I also just realized his name is Professor Carl, so he's probably supposed to be Carl Jung, or Young, whatever it is they say. The creator of the idea of the collective unconscious and stuff, which explains why he talked about that stuff when you introduced him. Let's see. On an unusual evening in the shared office space, Professor Carl and Julie are still hard at work. Julie, having finished yet another pile of hopeless student papers, lets out a long sigh. Kids these days, I swear, can't even handle a gentle breeze without collapsing. And there are people who inherit these are the people who inherit our society? We might as well go back to eating bananas and trees. Carl chuckles, quietly optimistic. I wouldn't be so hard on them. If nothing else, they know their hearts. That's more than I can say for many of our generation. To be able to embrace individuality without losing self-awareness. I envy them, Julie. And I envy your ability to talk nonsense and make it sound like philosophy. Didn't you say you were looking for a research successor? Did they happen to have this unique soul too? Carl? Carl doesn't answer. He takes a long sip of whiskey. His smile is both dry and distant. C'est la vie, my friend. In a place weathered in quiet eternity, shelves upon shelves of forgotten tomes float in a twilight realm. Empty pages are being written and unwritten. A girl with long pale blue hair leans against the table. Across from her sits a young man, reading. She waits in silence as he turns the last page. Now you hold the truth of history. Their paths will never meet yours again. For you have been cast away, forsaken by every age of mankind. Do you regret your decision, Starkey? His fingers rest on the final words, then slowly he lifts his eyes to meet hers. I do not, Sothoth. This is the best I could give them and myself. At last, he closes the book. Amy has become my partner. You took fate into your own hands. You made the sacrifice and gave it meaning. Before this is only the beginning. Across infinite broken Chronos, foul existences still lurk in the blind corners of time. Calamity waits in silence. You chose to answer the call, to restore Yog-Sothoth in full, to prevent tragedy before it strikes. The homeless traveler walks once more unto an endless journey. Yay, I got all the mythic items. Hell yeah. I think I missed out on both of those two in my first playthrough. All in one. Achieved the all in one. Would you like to play the prologue module first? Skip. We already did that.